Welcome back to SportsLine. I'm Steve Wrigley, sitting in for Steve Lehman and John Burton, who are getting a well-deserved little bit of a break. They've been covering training camp, out there sweating it out at Baptist Sports Park. Hopefully they're out having a little bit of fun. Or Steve or John, if you're at home listening, give us a call. We could use a little conversation here on SportsLine. Because see, that's the name of the show, SportsLine. And then there's a phone number, 737-7767. Give it a call. Let's talk about sports. Do you think Nashville needs pro soccer? We already have one team coming here. Got some heavy hitters trying to put together a package to bring a Major League Soccer team here with crowds like 30,000. Big-time stadium they want to build. They want to bring soccer here to Nashville. And then when you talk about bringing soccer here, then everybody that loves basketball says, what about an NBA team? Or your baseball fans say, man, the Sounds have a lot of good fans. What if we had a Major League Baseball team in Nashville? Do we need those things? Or is that just going to make the traffic that much worse? I don't know. The number is 615-737-7767 at SportsLine. I'm Steve Wrigley, looking for your calls. We've had 2 already tonight. How about that? We had Jerry and Paul called. We're going for 5 calls tonight. 5 calls. Pick up the phone. You know, I listen to the radio all the time driving around this town, and they always have calls. And yet people are driving around in their car calling. You're sitting at home in the air conditioning. Let's talk some sports. Let's talk about the Tennessee Titans. What do you think they can do? What do you think they've done well in the past? What can they build on? What are the reasons you might have some optimism? What are the reasons why you think that, you know what, it's still not going to happen? You're allowed to have your opinion. That's what makes America great, right? Freedom of choice. Talk about what you want to talk about. Call me up. Let's talk sports. You want to talk about the Olympics? How about that South African trying to psych out Michael Phelps last night? And all the funny posts and Twitter updates about the look that Michael Phelps was giving that guy, and then he backed it up. We have Eddie on line 1.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing tonight? I'm Steve Wrigley. Welcome to SportsLine. Thanks for picking up the phone.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what shape is their offensive line in this year, and how's the running back going to work out? Do you have any idea?
Well, I think they have 2 really good running backs, and DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry proved it in college. DeMarco Murray led the NFL when he was with Dallas in yards rushing. And he didn't have the year he was looking for in Philadelphia. That just didn't work out. So you know, coming down to Tennessee, he's got a chip on his shoulder, and he's going to want to prove it. The offensive line is young, but Taylor Lewan seems to be saying all the right things, and Mike Mularkey kind of got on him last year. And instead of being a big baby and pouting about it, it appears as if he's done his homework and he's dialed in. And all the things that I've heard him say are that he's tired of making excuses. He's tired of losing. He comes out of a really good program up in Michigan, although they weren't that good when he was up there. But they're turning the corner right now. Historically, they're a great program. But, I mean, they've been down in the last few years. Chance Warmack, I mean, they already flat out told him, look, we're not just going to roll out the Brinks truck and back it up and give you all sorts of money based on the way you've been playing now. So he's got a lot of determination. And, you know, there's just nowhere to go but up. They spent a draft pick on Conklin. They're looking for big things out of him. He's over on the right, Lewan on the left. Hopefully they'll make Marcus Mariota feel a lot more comfortable back there in the pocket. And he should, because he's got 2 really good running backs to make a move. And Brian McKeegan talked about a Bishop Sankey catch today at practice that makes you think that maybe he might be ready to put something on tape or do something in front of the coaches to make them think that he wasn't a wasted draft pick. So there's a lot of questions out there, and it does all start with the offensive line.
Well, I think another thing is we have to watch out. We last year, the whole season, what few games we did win, but this whole season it seemed like we didn't get started till the last half or next to the last half, second round. And so I just then I heard yesterday or the day before they were a little slow in practice getting started and all that. That sounds like it's
a habit, a trend.
Worries me. It just worries me. That's
it's too early to get worried now. The preseason is a time for optimism. They did lose some close games last year. So hopefully there's nowhere to go it up. Hey, I appreciate you picking up the phone and giving us a call.
Well,
let's make this a tradition.
Do you think we'll get 6 this year?
6 would be a great number. I think 6 is doable.
Oh,
6 is doable.
Sounds wonderful.
Hey, thanks for the call. Appreciate your time. Have a great night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Let's go to line 2. We got Ed on line 2. What's going on, Ed?
Hey, I was at the very first game of the Titans when they played the Bengals.
36-35. Aldo Greco with a field goal to win it.
Yeah,
I believe that's what the score was.
Way, and then I watched them almost win the Super Bowl. And pretty much since then, what makes you think they're going to be better this year? I mean, dreadlocks, don't win football games.
Right. Dreadlocks don't win football games, but I mean, why do I think they're going to be better this year? Because I think they only won 2 games last year.
Yeah, I know.
And then nowhere to go but up. Nowhere to go but up.
Hopefully they're supposed to get hyped this year.
Well,
after watching 8 losing seasons or whatever it's been, it's like, oh, go Titans, go. I got no go Titans, go left in me,
Well, you got to get somewhere. Life's too short to be a Debbie Downer. Don't be a Debbie Downer on me, Ed. Come on, man. Nowhere to go but up. It hasn't been 9 losing seasons. 2009 was the last time they were really good. They had the best record in the NFL in 2009. Then it was the curse of the terrible towel. Yeah, all right. Well, I mean,
what makes me think, or you think that they're going to be, watchable this year?
I think they'll definitely be watchable.
Watch them lose?
No. I think 6 wins is doable. I think that you had to get better through the draft. Drafting is as high as they did. And, new coaching staff.
16 games, right?
They play 16 games.
And you're hoping for 6?
I'm hoping for 6 wins.
Right, 6 wins.
Yeah.
And 10 losses.
Yeah, I think that would be an improvement of 4 wins. Let's see. I was told there'd be no math on the show, but if they win 6 games, that's 3 times as many games as they won the year before. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm glad you picked up the phone, Ed. How many games do you think they're going to win?
I don't think they're good. I don't know. Not enough to get to a playoff.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Enough to win a division.
Give me a number, Eddie. Come on, steady Eddie. Give me a number.
Let's see. Okay, I'll go with you, man. 6.
Okay. Plus, you got to figure they're playing Jacksonville. That's pretty much. They'll play them twice.
Yeah.
That's pretty even.
Goodness gracious. Okay. Well, Jacksonville's not a very good team.
Thank goodness, right? Thank goodness. All right. Well, I'm going to move on. I'm glad you picked up the phone and called.
San Diego. You think we're going to win that first one?
Sure. I haven't even seen a preseason game yet, but I like your spirit. I like the way that you're not afraid to get on here and put your opinion out there. I do appreciate that.
I want them to win, man. I love the Titans. I love the, it's like, please, guys, come on.
Get back on the bandwagon. Thanks for calling, buddy.
Okay, thanks, man. Bye.
Okay, and who do we have on line 3? Hey, Kay. Let's talk some sports on SportsLine. Thanks for calling in, Kay.
Absolutely. I think we need to get the 12th man involved. We were one of the best fan base for our teams years ago, and I think we need to bring that back and be part of it and help the push.
I was shocked when I came back here. I worked for the Jaguars for 3 years, traveled with the team. When I came back for a couple of games, I was shocked at how fast it got away from everybody.
I know.
And you talk about this was the time. There isn't maybe from 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. I know for sure in 99 and 2000, nobody had a better home field advantage than the Tennessee Titans, and that place was loud.
They talked about it.
It was
all
fun
across the NFL. I mean, we need to bring that back.
Well, how are we going to do that? What are you a season ticket holder? Do you go to the games?
I go. I never miss a game on TV. It's the traffic that gets to me. The time I like to go is when I ride the General Jackson, and then it pulls you right up, and then you can just walk up to the stadium, and then it's there to take you back. And it's not only no traffic, but it's a beautiful ride, especially in October.
Well, let me ask you this.
I was there when we played the Jaguars, one of my more memorable ones, and they actually beat us. It was one of the first times they had beat us at home, and it was like, really? But I think we can do it. It's so much fun to get involved. And I remember this time last year when we first had Marcus and we were starting to think, but we've got even more than that this year. We've got some magic out there. I love Marcus, but I mean, we've got good coaches, solid, more good players to help Marcus. I really think I'm looking more like 8-8.
8-8, boy, I love your optimism. I love your optimism. What's it like when you take the General Jackson down to a game?
Oh, it
pretty
is
good,
so
pretty good spread,
wonderful.
pretty good food. What's it
Even
cost?
with some of those Jaguar fans on there, it was a little hard on the way back, but a little tough because we were eating some crow. But it is absolutely wonderful. Great weather, a lot of anticipation. Everybody's going to the game. I mean, the whole boat. You know, it's wonderful. And then we just all get off, go up, and then they give you 30 minutes to get back, and hopefully get to do some more where we win, because it never comes down. You know what I mean? Everybody is so excited and so happy and getting to know each other, and everybody's of like mind. Go Titans.
Well, let me ask you this. When did you see it go south? When did it start just falling apart? Like, when did you decide, you know what, I'd rather sit home than fight that traffic? And
Well, I'll tell you. I happened to be in O'Charlie's the night that they announced that Jeff Fisher was leaving. Just a coincidence. But it was the O'Charlie's in Brentwood where Jeff had the show, the radio show, and ESPN and all the sports networks came on and announced it, and I was sitting in that little area where they usually would have the show, just coincidentally, and because there wasn't a show that night. But something really hurt when he left, and then I tried to follow him, where he was, and I never gave up the Titans. But anyway, for me personally, that was kind of a kick in the gut. And of course, what happened to Steve McNair, that was tough.
yes, that was harsh.
For me personally, it just started kind of dissipating and hurting too much.
Well, let's hope that nothing heals better than a win, right?
Yeah, it is a new day. And
like your optimism.
I remember when we would win 3 out of the 4 preseasons, but then I learned that's not such a great thing. I mean, that's not really what it's all about. It's getting all the players a chance to show what they've got.
Sure.
And I think I'd rather lose all the preseasons and save it for the big games, save it for the ones that really count. And I hated, I love Peyton. I went to UT, but it was hard for us when he was at Indy because we always had Peyton to. When there was always Peyton and the Colts. So we'd come up, but then they would win out, our division. So, and then he went on to the Broncos, and of course now he's retired. Do you remember the night that Peyton was here when we were thinking about maybe that he might?
I do.
Titans. Oh my gosh, people were holding their breath.
Hey, you know what though, and I have to take a break here in a minute, and I do appreciate the phone call, but I also remember when Peyton was with the Colts, the year that they went to the Super Bowl, the year the Titans went to the Super Bowl, and the Colts got so mad at their fans because so many Titans fans made the trip to Indy and bought up all those tickets. And a couple of my great memories were, and I wasn't at the airport, but it might be on YouTube somewhere, but if you would ever YouTube that and see the airport when they flew back from the Indianapolis game.
Yes.
That was crazy. And then the night at the stadium after they beat Jacksonville in the AFC Championship game, it was cold. And I can still remember Bruce Matthews, Steve McNair, Eddie George, all those guys up on the podium. And there must have been 10,000 people that showed up at the stadium that night.
And I thought, no, we won't be able to beat the Jags again. I said, it's the numbers. We're going to lose this one, and we didn't. And I went, oh my!
Wasn't even close. They still have not gotten over that in Jacksonville yet.
It was the best Super Bowl ever.
Well, it could have been a little better with if
one.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for the call tonight. Appreciate you calling in here on SportsLine. We're going to take a break. The phone lines, there's plenty of room. Let's light those things up. The number 737-7767. I'm Steve Wrigley. We're taking a break here on SportsLine. See you on the other side.